Welcome kings and queens to another video. Today's topic is what it's like to be a hermit, or what the Japanese call Hikikomori. I think it's what it's called. So, what is a Hikikomori or a hermit? Hikikomoris are reclusive adults who withdraw from society and seek extreme degrees of isolation. Now, I wouldn't call myself a complete hermit because I do go out sometimes for groceries or when I need to drop my little sister at school. It started when I dropped out of high school 5 years ago, and now I'm 19. So in these 5 years, I barely went out. Sometimes I did, but not a lot. I stayed home. I read books. I sometimes play games to pass the time, and it might seem weird to someone who is not introvert, and they would want to ask why we want to isolate and confine ourselves to sitting at home and doing nothing. And let's talk about the reason why people become hermits or hikikomoris. I think the main reason that people become hermits is that they don't want to be in society. This aversion to society, in most cases what happens is that a person who is a hikikomori had a bad childhood. Maybe he had bad parents and was abused emotionally and physically, and basically he has seen the bad side of people from an early age, and they have really low trust for a stranger. That's why they try to avoid company. They try to avoid the society of other people because they have no trust. And in my case, I grew up in a Asian household, so my two uncles lived with us. With this kind of environment, you would expect there to be a lot of brawls and quarrels, and of course the family members fought like alley cats, and the children took the toll. My mom vented her anger on me and my siblings, but I consider myself better off than those Japanese guys. They stay in seclusion for like decades. Now thankfully I've started making videos for YouTube, and it occupies my mind, and it's one of my resolutions for this year that I want to create something at least till the end of the year. I will keep consistently making videos. Some days for me it's boring as heck. I mean, even reading too much books gets boring, and I walk in circles around the room thinking of what to do. The first step to breaking out of the shell would be to get a job, but that's not the hardest part. I think most hermits or hikikomoris, what they feel is this sense of nihilism. Like they ask themselves, why should I mingle with society, or why should I follow the conventional rules? Why should I live like everyone else? And you need to have a meaning in life to get ahead. That's very clear. But hermits have given up. Fortunately, I found beauty in art and literature and writing. That's why my ultimate goal in life is to become a writer. Not writer. So for all the hermits out there, go try some shit. Maybe you will find what you love and continue doing it. Become the best in what you love. It's scary, I know. From personal experience, I can tell you that. Because once you've isolated yourself for a certain amount of time, it's really scary just to think that you will go out and do what you did back in the day, how you lived back in the day. And that first step is really confusing. Like you ask yourself, what should I do to get ahead and break out of this shell? But there is no answer. You think there is no answer because you don't have anyone to communicate to. And that's the hardest part. But I think if you get out of this stage, you will realize that that effort and breaking out of your comfort zone was worth it in the end.